Nicaragua is the best place for maximize your retirement, your life, and your investments. Today, I'm going to be answering YouTube comments, okay? All my audience, my lovely audience has been sending me comments in the box below of each video. So today I want to take advantage of that. This way, maybe those, concerns or questions can help you as well. But before moving forward, I will highly recommend to subscribe to my channel. Also hit the like button because this helps me to spreading out this type of content to more people looking for the paradise in Central America.
Great video. Which type will be good to withstand natural disasters?
Okay, this is a very good question because remember that we are in the very center of Central America and we have a lot of hurricanes per year and also earthquakes. So there are two materials actually that I do highly recommend for construction in Nicaragua. The first one is cinder block. Okay, this is the strongest material against hurricanes and earthquakes. Obviously, it's the most expensive as well, but if you want your house lasting a lot of time, cinder block masonry construction in this case is the best. And as the second alternative, I do highly recommend M2 panel. This panel has a foam in the middle with a really resistant mesh beside, and this is this is very good against earthquakes. Okay, so those materials are very good in terms of construction.
Great info, especially being specific to San Juan del Sur. Did I see you mention below in a comment that 150 per square feet includes solar? Just found your channel and subscribed.
Thank you very much for that comment. And yeah, the cost reflected on that video just includes the house itself. When I say the house itself means great work, obviously, the roof, the pool, the walls, the ceilings, the floors, the finishes, the septic, and the water cisterns system. Solar panel system is something separated from those costs. And watch out here, this is essential because when you are getting quotes from several, for example, contractors, maybe you can see one of them higher than the other one. Maybe one of them is including the solar panel system, meanwhile the other one is not including that. So make sure that you have clarity on what the contractors are including. But normally a solar panel system is not included in the initial scope of work.
What about building with bamboo? Obviously, that's not the only material one would need to use to build a home. But for those interested in building with more natural and affordable materials in a less Americanized method of development,
to be honest, bamboo is a really nice material. It's natural, it's affordable. The plant itself grows very fast versus a typical tree, a normal tree. But this is my suggestion. We can use, or at least I use bamboo as decoration, some touches of bamboo or using it as a ceiling, as the ceiling finish. I think it's a really nice decoration material. There are a specific bamboo species that are used as structural elements as well, which is the Wadwa angustifolia. So this material is stronger than metal regarding the studies, but this is more common in Colombia, for example. I know that we have bamboo farms of Wadwa angustifolia, but to be honest, I haven't used that material as a structure or as a, enclosure, like walls or something like that. But as decoration or ceilings is a very good material because it's a natural thermal insulation and also acoustic insulation.
What if you were building for a Nicaraguan, not on a cliff in San Juan del Sur? Is this just geared to the foreigner who wants a luxury house?
Okay, this is a nice question. First of all, the prices are what it is. I mean, contractors or architects are not charging you more or less if you are an American or a foreign, or less if you are a Nicaraguan. That's a myth, and it's a little bit funny because, like I said, the cost is what it is. A house, the cost of the house is the same for a foreign and for a local, for example. Obviously, building on a cliff is more complicated. You need to use better labor, more material, a stronger foundation. So logistics get really complex. This doesn't mean that a luxury house cannot be designed on a flat or a cliff, but obviously in a flat area you won't use a lot of materials or logistics. For instance, the cost is going to be lower and maybe you can use luxury touches like better furniture or better amenities like more roofed patios, for example. So the prices are the same for people coming from abroad and locals. And also, like I said in previous videos, the luxury can be just the environment, the mother nature, what it's the surroundings, okay? But at the same time, you can include luxury finishes, luxurious furniture, for example.
If you prefer a house in the mountains, for example, in Matagalpa, it's cooler there, a solid construction, not a wooden house. Should I expect increased costs for transport and possibly also for the foundation? How much does solar system cost? Many thanks.
That's a very good question. For me, you need at least 2 houses in Nicaragua. One in the north central zone of Nicaragua, which is cooler, the climate is cooler, the weather is better, the temperature is nice, and another one in the Pacific coast, for example, San Juan del Sur or Tola, which are my favorite places to be really close to the ocean. But yeah, logistics, and in this case, transportation is essential because the longer, the more expensive. You know, if you are really close to Managua, you don't need to pay a lot of money in transportation. You know what I mean? So obviously, transporting material or heavy material to San Juan del Sur is more expensive. As a contractor, you need to be really smart, really effective, because maybe you can use one truck to transport a lot of materials at the same time. But obviously, some materials cannot be transported together. For example, if you are transporting cement, the better or the best is to use a truck just for cement, okay? The cement is a really difficult material to transport because of the humidity or the rain during the winter season. You know what I mean? So also for Matagalpa is not very close to Managua, and you have a lot of difficult roads to go there, especially to the mountains, because the soil is really muddy, okay? And in this case, you can use wood. You can use wood or a solid material like cinder block or M2 panel. But in Matagalpa, it's easier to get wood, okay? Because we are really close to the forest. There are so many trees that you can use for construction. Because as you know, in Nicaragua, Marena, which is the institution which takes care about trees preservation, they can put really high fines if you cut some specifically species of trees. But yeah, you can use even a hybrid. You can use solid materials like a cinder block and wood, you know, just for better accents, you know, talking about aesthetics. But yeah, I can say that using wood is really nice over there because it's cooler, you know. The wood is warmer than a solid cinder block, for example. And regarding a solar system cost, it depends of so many factors. For example, the size of the house, if you want a full off-grid system, or the type of solar panels, the amount of batteries, if you are going to need a generator. So those are variations or factors that maybe can increase or decrease the cost of a full solar panel system or a hybrid solar panel system. To know more about this, maybe you can send me an email. You can send me an email and specify those variations, and I can give you a really close ballpark of cost.
Hello, it might be off topic, but do you have a video on hiring an architect versus hiring a construction company to build your home in San Juan del Sur?
Okay, that's a very good question as well. I can say that before thinking on the construction, you need to talk with an architect, because the architect is the professional who takes care about the preliminary stages like permits, affordability, if the lot is suitable for construction based on the design that you are envisioning. This is very important. Having clarity from the beginning is what gives you successful in this case. So the architect is the professional who takes care about aesthetics and the final look of the house. And when I say final look of the house, this is essential when you want to invest in a luxury home, for example, in the Pacific coast of Nicaragua. So we can say that the first step is to have an idea from the architect, and then when you have the design completed, you can talk with the contractor to give you a quotation process, for example. Okay, so once the contractor has the drawings, also can talk with the contractor, can talk with the architect if he has some questions or something like that.
What's the average cost for a lot in La Revolución?
La Revolución is a really nice place. A lot of clients has been consulting me about that place, and for a cabin style, for a quiet lifestyle, and it's a very affordable place to invest. We can say the cost ranges from 30K to 60K. If you want better prices, you can send me an email and I will be helping you with that.
Hey Raúl, thanks for the video. Can you tell me if financing is available in Nicaragua?
Yes, totally. You have financial opportunities in Nicaragua. There is a specific bank that I know that my clients have been working with. They are really confident. They are really confident banks, and it's really easy to work with them, okay? So obviously there are some requirements that you need to have to apply for financial in Nicaragua, and it depends of the type of project as well, the size of the project, in this case the size of the house. So if you want more info regarding this, because it's something really specific, you can send me an email as well, so this way I can provide more information to apply for financials, because the bank is asking as a initial information. The bank is going to asking you about the architect or the contractor, because they need to validate their reputation.
So, do you also serve as a construction project manager, get bids from multiple contractors and then oversee the process?
Yes, sometimes I cannot take care about another construction because I have a fixed amount of projects that I can carry out by my own with my construction team. But yeah, also I offer a project management. I have a lot of education on this field, and I think that it's essential the designer takes care about the construction process, at least as a supervisor. Supervising the project is really important. Not leaving the contractor building at his pace, or at his convenience. So I have a recipe. I have a really interesting recipe with a lot of systems. This way I can make sure that you will receive what we were envisioning, the right house with the right size, the right finishes, the right performance. And this recipe is something that I have developed through the time, more than 11 years of experience designing and building in the Pacific coast of Nicaragua.
Do you only work in San Juan del Sur area, or do you travel to other areas including the Atlantic coast?
We can say that my territory is the Pacific coast of Nicaragua, or the Pacific area of Nicaragua, because I have designed and built houses in Managua, for example, or Granada as well. And the Pacific coast of Nicaragua is my favorite place in my country, Nicaragua. But yeah, I have some clients that has been asking me about to design and build a house in the Atlantic coast of Nicaragua. I can say I can help them. I'm 100% sure that my team and I can face that type of project. Obviously, it's different because the sun impacts different and the weather can be a little bit different than this part of Nicaragua. But yeah, possibly in the near future, we can have a project in that area as well.
You may live in Nicaragua if you have good health, but if you have any condition, it's not a great place to be. They are decades behind Costa Rica in private health services.
Yeah, this comment was from the last video we posted. And yeah, you're right. Nicaragua is not perfect. It's not a country with a lot of growing or, in terms of health maybe. But right now it's growing really fast. And like I said in this video that you can see here, you have a lot of alternatives regarding health, okay? You can go to El Hospital Metropolitano Vivian Pelas, which is the best hospital here in Nicaragua. You can drive maybe 2 hours or something like that. Obviously, this is for prevention, to check out your health periodically. You can go, every 15 days or every week, for example, if you are really old and you need assistance, medical assistance. And also you have more hospitals that are really good as well with the latest technology, because like I said, Nicaragua is investing in that. And also excluding the Vivian Pelas hospital, the other hospitals are for free, The government is making sure that health in Nicaragua is for free. But if not, like I said in that video, following this card, you can travel to US. If you have more complications or a worst illness, you can travel. I do highly recommend to travel abroad to US or Europe for the adequate or the right treatment for your health. So those were the comments that I have received from my really nice audience through this time that we have been posting videos every Sunday. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for being a really nice and lovely audience. I hope this information can help you to understand better Nicaragua and the country context. You can come to the country and experiment by yourself if this country is the right spot for you. So thank you again for being part of this project, this YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. This way, YouTube algorithm helps me to spread out this content to more people like you that maybe are thinking on living full-time or for retirement in Central America. The whole Central America is a really nice place, okay? We have a lot of amenities, but Nicaragua has something special that maybe you need to experiment by yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next questions and responses. Bye-bye.